Hello, welcome to a new unboxing time. Today we're going to be unboxing and swatching some inks from Ink Journal. This is from the month of November. Let's see what we have. Here we go. So excited. I love getting these boxes because I never know what I'm gonna get. And it's really nice to have a surprise every month. So, okay. So we have here the November Ink Flight box. And I already see here. Okay, so there is gonna be one brand of samples. It's gonna be Pennonia inks. So let's read a little bit about them. Although Pennonia offers 41 ink colors in its standard lineup, Honor Mate Big Falvy actually has a portfolio of over 200. Wow. The Ink Laboratory is a way to share these experiments and reduce waste. For the names, the letter references the type of color, L equals violet, for example, and the number is sequential. The higher number, the more recent the color. If you must have a bottle of any color in this month's box, you'll have to contact Pennonia to see if they have more in the laboratory. So cool. Okay, so we have here 7 right there. Can't wait to see the color. So we have 2 L's, which I guess is lavender, a K, a P, a S, and 2 Z's. Okay, so, and then here on the back, so Inkfly, you actually get, ooh, I already see it. So Inkfly, aside from the 7 samples that you get monthly, you will also get some extra goodies like, for example, for this month we have Rhodiarama A5 web notepad. We have information here about a notepad. Wow, it looks really nice. And the cover is blue, which I love. Let me move this to the side. Right there. And so it's A5, 90 GSM, and 360 folding cover, so you can open it flat. Oh no, you can actually open it this way like this. Okay, so let me open that in a bit. And then we also get a free sticker. This is so cute. One is so cute. It's inspired by Bob Ross in Topaz. And I read over here that it's actually the design was done by Vanessa Langton, and they provide also the information to her Instagram account right there. So adorable, so cute. So let me unpackage this. I'll be back. There we go. Oh, it's a beautiful blue cover. I wonder why they call it web notepad. I do have other Rhodia notebooks. Okay, here we go. The Rhodia notebooks that I have are like soft cover and black. So this is the first time I have like, this is so luxurious. It's so beautiful. It's a hardcover. Oh wow. And I love the combination of the blue and this bright orange. Really nice. And who doesn't like extra notepads, especially for swatching or just, you know, making doodles or maybe writing, or for journaling, memory keeping. Really nice. Have all of these beautiful pages. The color of the paper reminds me a little bit of the Midori paper. Oh, and even the Hobonichi paper. Really nice. Love it. Cute. Okay, so I'm gonna place Bob Ross right there. Bob Ross ink tubes. Okay, so we have the samples here. I'm really curious about the initials of the colors, because the L is very obvious that it's gonna be a lavender color, but okay, so this is Pennonia or Pennonia? Pennonia Ink Laboratory P006. Oh, pinkish red. So let me see if there is another P. I think that's the only one. But we have these, for example, and they seem to be greenish inks, as you can see there. I wonder what the C stands for. Oh, here, over here in the description it says Zesty green ink for the 005. I guess I have to do more research on the names. And then we have an S, a K, and an L. So let me get ready to swatch and then go over the information they provide here about the names and I guess the properties of these inks. And I'm back. I did a quick research on Google and went to the website, and this is actually a Hungarian brand, and the colors are obviously in that language. So for example, purple is Lila, and then another color, for example, red is Pyros, and that's why we have P for red. And for example, blue, we have the K, which is the first ink over here. The color blue is Kek. And then Z for green is Zold. Zold. I'm trying to help myself with Google Translate. And what else did I miss? S. Oh yes, S. I actually thought that this was orange, but no, it's actually a yellowish orangey color. And yellow, over here we have the S for yellow, which is Sarga, I think. Sarga? Sharga. Sharga. So I think I covered all the colors. Yeah. But yes, so the initials are based on the colors in Hungarian. Good to know. Okay, so that was really nice to find out. Now we're gonna move along with the actual swatching. I'm thinking of swatching the colors here. I like trying their the paper and notebooks that they provide. So why don't we do that first? Just to show you, if this is the first time you see any of my ink flight unboxings and swatching sessions, I also use these other two notebooks by Hobonichi, and this one is by Midori with the regular Midori paper. And this is part of a kit that comes, I think, two of these I think they're A6 notebooks right there. And then, oh, this one fell. And then here I have yeah, this is the one that I'm currently using. This is also a Midori notebook or refill, and this is their lightweight paper. I love this paper. This is totally different from the paper here. As you can see here, this is more like white, and then this is like a creamy color, but not to be confused with this regular copy paper, which is like a bluish white. This is more like a warm white. This is a beautiful paper. I love swatching my inks there mostly. And then since I have my journals and planners in a Hobonichi, and I also use Midori paper. I also do my testing here. But yes, so let me set this up so that we can start testing on the Rhodia paper. Okay, I'm set, and we're gonna start with K010. Let's see. I'm gonna use one of my brushes. Ooh, really nice. So we have here, my test says this is one of the more popular ink laboratory colors that straddles either a blue or green with chroma shading. I can definitely see, wow, do you see that very bright light blue right there with the dark green? It almost gives me like an ocean during a storm type of vibe. And then I'm gonna write down here the name with my Ito Utsushi dip pen. I think I'm just going to write down the actual label of the name. By the way, this paper is very smooth, really, really nice. Okay, now we have 017. Trying to make sure my brush is completely out of the ink. Okay. Ooh, this is a very rich color. And this is L017, and we have here in the description a strong candidate for the standard lineup. This bold bluish violet is the richest ink in this set. I must agree with it. I'm trying to make like a light swatch over here, but I can't because it's very, very rich for sure. It's a beautiful purple. And while I have ink on my brush, I also have on the side all my other notebooks to help with the swatching and to make sure that I don't waste ink. Okay, and now let's write down the color name. 17. Moving along, we have L18. Wow, that's a beautiful purple. So here we have created exclusively for a Hungarian pen turner. This very light purple color has a juicy flow, and I must agree, it's very, very wet, and I love the flow. Something that I noticed on the other paper swatching that I'm working on the side is that these two so far are quite dry, especially on the Midori paper. So I wonder how this will do there. And I don't think I have this color so far from all the samples that I have, as far as I can remember. Right there. This, so on the other papers, it definitely had a little bit more, it was definitely more flowy, but still dry in comparison to other inks that I've swatched previously. But moving along, we have now P006, which is, P stands for red, whiwhich is Piros in Hungarian. So we have here one of the first reds mate created in the laboratory. This light pinkish red darkens around the edges. Ooh, let's see. I'm waiting to see if it darkens on the edges. But while we wait, let's write the name. It's a beautiful red, is still drying. But moving along, we have now Sarga, which is S001. Sarga is for yellow. So we have this muted darker orange has a strong shading with undertones of yellow. Wow, oh, that's a lovely orangey yellow. That's beautiful. It reminds me of blood oranges. Such a unique color. So this is S011. Sarga. So S stands for yellow, which is Sarga. For this swatching, I changed my brush because this is the one that I usually use for swatching inks. This one I use for either watercolor or gouache. So I don't know if the brush made any difference, but while swatching with this one, this is, by the way, a silver black velvet flat brush. It was definitely more wet, but I think it's the ink, not the brush. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out. So let's move along. Okay, now we have the last two, and they are green inks. So green in Hungarian is Zolt. Let me check. Salt. I'm definitely not pronouncing it well, based on what I hear from Google Translation. I'm very bad with languages. Okay, so this next one is Z005. Wow, that's a beautiful green. Okay, so this one says, this zesty, bubbly green ink has lively shading. Okay. And then this is C005. Let's wait for this to dry. Okay, for this I went back to the brush that I started with, and this, it's also a very wet ink. It almost felt like this one with the other brush. So yes, at the end I think I'm gonna swatch here on my swatch cards, and that just use one brush just to see if there is any difference. But let's move along with the last ink. Okay, so this one is also green, or salt. And we have here that it says that this lightly saturated muted green has undertones of brown, giving this ink a complex character. Ooh, interesting. Let's see. Looking forward to that, to see how this looks. Okay, 3, 4. Yeah, beautiful. I already have my 3 favorite inks. in mind. So this is C015. And now all of the inks have dried. They are gorgeous. I really like this set. So just to recap, this is on the notepad that came with the box with Rhodia paper. Let me just bring you closer so you can see the colors better. Right there. And also a reminder, these are standard inks and from this brand for their laboratory set. They are beautiful. And now I'm gonna show you the other samples that I did. Let me just set this up better. And here we have the swatches that I did on the Midori lightweight refill. Hopefully this is on focus right there. And let me bring also the swatches on the Midori paper. This is like their cream paper. And this is on the Hobonichi notebook. Right there. Let me just bring them all together. So now these are the three all together, just so you can compare and see. Okay, so from what I can see here, okay, first impressions, it was definitely drier here on this Midori paper. I don't know if you can see here also on the brush strokes for these three especially. You can also here see on the brush strokes clearly. And even in these two, where I think this one was the ink that was the most dry. Was it? It looks like it, but I think this one was the one when I was doing the samples felt more dry, and this was supposed to actually be the juicier one as far as I remember. Overall, because of the color paper, the ink color is going to look warmer in this paper and colder here. And this is kind of like a middle in between those two in terms of color of the paper. So I guess it's more balanced, but definitely here I see that this color K010, it's darker. Especially for this color in comparison to these three. I love how these two look here. They're very bright and punchy in comparison to these two samples here where they look very muted. So let's see the other set. Okay, hopefully it's not blurry. Okay, so now we have the other three. This is a beautiful set, like just like that together. I was really surprised by this color. I love this color. In all three, it looks really beautiful, and as you can see, different. Definitely warmer on this paper. From these two, this definitely makes the colors look a little bit more muted, but they also have their own charm. What else can I say about these? Oh yes, these three were definitely wet, especially in comparison to the other 4. I wonder how would they do when doing writing samples. But yes, and then let me just bring this one here. In terms of the colors, they definitely look similar to the Midori paper because it's a warm paper right here. So yes, now what I'm thinking on doing is taking my swatch cards over here from paper sheets that I took from one of my weeks. Since I didn't fill it out, I was like, let me at least use the paper. And I think this one was from Weeks Mega, so it had a lot of sheets available. So yes, I'm gonna use this paper, and then I'm gonna sort it out and compare to other colors. I have these photo albums here where I collect all my swatches on this paper just to compare the colors. And since I use Hobonichi Weeks for planning, I really like to see how it looks on that specific paper. Obviously, Hobonichi has changed their paper now, so I wonder how they're gonna look on the new paper, but that's another swatching session that I will have to do and compare. Very much future time. But yes, so that's what I'm gonna do. So let me set this up. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this real time. Okay, I have my water on the side as well as a little towel with all my ink. Stains right there, which I love. And again, I'm going to be using this Ito Utsushi dip pen and one of my favorite brushes. This is a 4 angle brush from an artist that I love. She works on beautiful art. You may know her, Paper Fashion. She's on Instagram, and I don't know if she had a YouTube channel, but for sure you can find her on Instagram. She has beautiful work on watercolor. So okay, so let's start with the first K010. I definitely think it's the paper, but not because now everything is like going so smoothly. Okay. And I like to create a gradient over here. Okay. It's double N, Pennonia. Ink. I love the concept of having the names based on how do they call it, like formula, kind of like a formula name right there. It's a gorgeous ink. I love this ink. It reminds me, I'll show you a little bit on I really want to compare it. I'll show you a comparison, but firsthand, especially as soon as I saw it dry, it reminded me of these. I think it is the Dominant Industry, inspired by Monet. One of his paintings, I think it was Water Lilies. So But yes, so we'll compare in a bit. So let's wait for this one to dry. I love swatching anything. It's just so relaxing. Okay, so next we have L17. And I'm gonna just shake it a little bit because in case it doesn't have glitter or or any shining metallic properties. They're just standard inks, but I do know that the maker of these inks likes to formulate inks with dry shading inks. So let me just clean my brush. Okay, now we have L017. Oh, so intense. And by the way, these don't really have any smell, because sometimes there are some inks that have a very strong smell. So these are odorless. Mm. 17. Beautiful. Okay. And then L18. Which is another purple base ink. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love that berry color. And let's create our gradient. Nice. Yeah, very wet. And the name. And then we have P006, which is red. I think it's the red pink ink. And as far as I remember, it was from Red Pyrus in Hungarian. Okay, so there we go. Nice. It's a beautiful red. Definitely has pink on it. Very smooth. 006. And then we have, oh yes, I love this ink. This is a yellow ink, and the S is for yellow. I forgot already the name. I mean, how you say yellow in Hungarian. But yes, I love this color. And I don't think I have one like it. But I'll find now in a few. When I compare it, oh, no. I forgot my Honichi paper. Look at that. Nope. So beautiful. I'm gonna add more. Okay. And it's S011. Beautiful. Okay, 2 more left, and let me put a sheet before I forget. And these are the green inks. So they have the Z labeling because of the name, which is Zold, which is green in Hungarian. At least I'm learning colors right now in another language. Not at least, but you know, it's really nice to learn new things. This is a gorgeous mossy green, I will say. I'm trying to create like dark and light areas, but for some reason it doesn't work out over here. Let me try to add more ink at least. Okay, and then my gradient. Right there. Making sure that I actually clean my pen to avoid contamination. Ink. Beautiful. And the last ink to swatch. That's my puppy in the background walking out of my studio. He doesn't like when I record. Okay, so this is C015. Yeah, if you hear outside is raining, which is a nice, I like when it rains sometimes. If it's like one day raining, I'm okay with that. But if it rains like a whole week, then okay. This is such a moody green, I love it. Okay, so Pennonia ink. This This is a beautiful, beautiful green. And to be a standard ink, just gorgeous. Let's see. And it's very wet too. Right there. Okay, now I'm gonna wait for all of them to dry. Some of them are gonna take time because I did place a lot of ink in some of them, but it's okay. So let's wait for them to dry, and then we're gonna compare them with other inks that I have of similar colors. Oh, now that it's drying like this one reminds me to a red ink, I think from a Sailor ink, I think, but let's check later. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this bluish ink. It's on my blue folder, and like I mentioned you, let me just take it out. It looks like, it reminded me of this Dominant Industry ink. This however is it's a glitter shimmering ink, which has this beautiful pink lavender glitter. So this is inspired by the water lilies from Monet, or by Monet. So this is the Les Nymphéas Les Neiges. This one is definitely more green and darker, but it even has like some lavender reddish colors right here, which kind of reminded me of this minus of the glitter. But yes, so let's move along to the purple inks that are right here. Okay, so I'm bringing my purple notebook right here, and let me just bring this a little bit up so that we can see all the other inks. Okay, I think this is better. Hopefully it's not blurry. So just checking to see if there is any. This one kind of looks a little bit like this. A little bit. Obviously, this is more muted. This is brighter. Let's continue looking. This one kind of looks like the base but it's actually more blue for this Dominant Industry Tanzanite. Just like the base of the ink. Let me actually take this one out. I used to also do samples on actual copy paper just to see the base color, but yeah, I stopped doing that because I don't really think that I need to see the base color. You can actually see it here also on the edges of the sample. But let's continue. Oh, that's it. That's all the purple inks that I have. I thought I had more. No, I think that's it. So not really, I don't think I have anything that looks close to these two. Not really. Really happy to add them to my collection of purple inks. We have these two red. Actually, let me place them side to side. Okay, now we have these two. This is not really red, but it's kind of like an orangey red, and this is definitely a red, pinkish red. So let's see my red folder, red orangey folder, and I don't really think I have a yellow folder because I don't really have yellow inks. But let's move along. So this one did remind me of one of my Sailor inks. Let's see if I was right. This one kind of looks like the base, or the opposite. This one kind of looks like the base for this ink, which is a Colorverse Scorpy glistening. Just a little bit here, especially on this. Let me take it out. Right there. Like this section here, on the lighter section, a little bit similar, but obviously not really that ink color. So let's move along. Oh, that's it. I wonder why this one reminded me of any of these inks. I still have to swatch some others that I got from Inflight and add to these folders. So, but yes, for now these are the ink, the red and orangey inks that I have here. These are also still drying, but let me just show you. Kind of like the color here where it's almost dried, and also here. And I don't want to use my, you know, like the dryer, because I tried it once and it made it shine like an acrylic ink, and I don't like that look. But yes, so we have these two. So let's see on my green inks folder. This one, like the base is a little similar to the color here, a bit. Definitely this is more blue. This is a Sailor Yurameku Tsuki Gokoro. Maybe even here for the Ferris Wheel Press Twinkling Tea Party, like the base green color. Let me take it out. I don't know if you guys can see that. A bit. Okay, what else? That's it. So yeah, I guess these two are also new green inks that I don't have, at least not here on this swatch book. Before saying goodbye, I wanted to show you, I actually found all of these ink swatches that I did for my Ferris Wheel Press swatching session, and I knew I saw a similar color. So this is the Ferris Wheel Press Autumn in Auburn from, oh, it's right here, from this collection of sample inks. They are so beautiful. So yeah, it kind of looks a little bit, it's definitely not as orange, but yeah, kind of reminded me of that ink. But I wanted to say thank you so much if you watch until the end of this video. Let me know if you like any of these colors. Oh yes, I forgot to mention my favorite inks for this set. I have a top 3. So my top 3 were, so it will definitely be this, which I mislabeled, K10. It's a beautiful blue ink. And then this orange yellow ink, which is S11. And then I don't know, it's between these beautiful green ink Z015, and this purple ink, because you know I love purple inks, L18. Yeah, I mean all of them are gorgeous inks, but yes, I guess that's my top 4. But like I was saying, thank you so much if you joined me until the end of this video. Until the next one, take care. Bye bye.